Okay, so by now we all know the story that's going on over there at Fox Sports FS1. We know the debacle that happened with Undisputed with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless, right? You know that they wasn't getting along going towards the end of the show. But what we didn't know that there was a lot of underlying jealousy behind the scenes coming from Skip Bayless because Jason Whitlock over there in Fearless is alleging that all this stuff that's going on right now is because of Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe is the grand architect behind all of this. Now we know that Joy Taylor is accused of sleeping with the vice president. She's also accused of sleeping with Emmanuel Acho. She's accused of messing around and just sleeping her way to the top, right? And all this is coming out by her former hairstylist, Newsom Faraji. Faraji is also alleging that Skip offered her $1.5 million. Well, Jason Whitlock went to his show Fearless to break this down and express some of the things that he saw that went on behind the scenes, right? And he says that, he's an insider. He was around and he has inside information that other people don't have. So he talked about his dealings with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless while him and Colin Cowherd was upstairs, the things that Shannon had going on downstairs. And he's saying that Shannon is the reason for all of this. Y'all don't believe me? Check this out.
And it only really appears as it relates to Skip Bayless accusing Nushin of sleeping with Shannon Sharpe. And yesterday I tweeted out that I had tipped Shannon Sharpe that Shannon Sharpe had two enemies at FS1 that he wanted to settle a score with, and this lawsuit settles a score for him. And that's Charlie Dixon, the executive, and that is Skip Bayless, his former co-host. He's made comments. He's made comments on other podcasts talking about Charlie Dixon and his problems, or alluding to Charlie Dixon and his problems with him. He certainly has made comments about his problems with Skip Bayless. And so yesterday, Shannon Sharpe on his own podcast with Nightcap, he's talking, I believe, with Ocho Cinco. He kind of rails against me, not stated, but saying that people are dropping his name and he had nothing to do with this lawsuit. Let's play SOT number 6.
F off, address the elephant in the room. You're trending on Twitter. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Guys, the news of the day, absolutely, it doesn't. What y'all want me to say?
That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So there's nothing to address. I don't know why everybody if you notice, everybody's posted it. They got me. In the 42 pages, it don't mention nothing about Shannon Sharpe did anything. But y'all want to get clicks, so y'all mention me.
Right. Yep, ain't got nothing to do with us.
He's talking about me. And he's talking about me, and he's upset with me for saying that Shannon Sharpe is behind this. And the reason why I believe Shannon Sharpe is behind this is because Nushin airs a lot of people out in this, obviously. Joy Taylor, Charlie Dixon, Skip Bayless. And the reality is, from what I experienced my 4 or 5 years there is no one that was involved in more suspicious, eye-raising flirtation with makeup, wardrobe than Shannon Sharpe. And if you go look at the problems Shannon Sharpe had at CBS and all this other stuff, it's just amazing that Shannon Sharpe nowhere mentioned in this, but the two biggest people that he wants eliminated, damaged at FS1, they're assassinated in this. And so when a crime happens, you ask who benefits and who has motive.
And see, with Jason Whitlock and his show Fearless, what he's alluding to is he knows that Shannon has a background. He's been going in on Shannon Sharpe for a long time. You know, he said that Shannon used to always say very disparaging things about black women, right? He's been calling Shannon out. Now, I don't rock with Whitlock, right? Well, on this topic, you know, I'm just reporting the news and what Jason Whitlock was saying, because Jason Whitlock has been a part of Fox Sports and ESPN, and he's an insider. So he's giving the inside scoop on what's going on, and he's saying that Skip somehow found his way trying to compete with Shannon Sharpe, not just on the air with them being two sports hosts, but behind the scenes and dealing with the women. Now, Shannon Sharpe is a 6'3", world-class former athlete, and Skip sees himself as some type of person that can compete with that. And this is what Jason Whitlock is alluding to. So he got caught up in that, and because he also went to that woman, Miss Faraji, and accused her of also sleeping with Shannon, right? And she's saying that he was jealous. So he was jealous of Shannon on many different levels. Now remember, Shannon got caught up when he was working with CBS and some stuff that went on with a woman. She said that he was making inappropriate advances to her, and that's how he got fired from CBS. And he was saying that Skip ultimately gave him a chance. But Jason Whitlock wasn't finished, right? He doubled down and really went in to explain Skip Bayless' situation by saying this.
There are people have asked me about, you really think Skip Bayless offered her $1.5 million to have sex? And I was like, well, that's in the lawsuit, but here's how that could happen potentially. So if you understand Skip's personality and how hyper competitive in a delusional way, he's competitive. He actually thought the debates on that show were real. He actually thought there was a winner and loser to the debates he and Shannon Sharpe were having. He took that thing very seriously. I think, in my view, I think Skip's a little bit on the spectrum. He's a weird and different dude. And so he's locked into a competition with Shannon Sharpe in his mind. Shannon Sharpe is somewhat giggling, like, competition with Skip Bayless? I'm in the NFL Hall of Fame. The things Skip speculates about as it relates to sports, I know intimately. My brother, Sterling, an even better player than me. We know this sports game and arena. We were unbelievable athletes. In Shannon's mind, he's like, I'm not competing with Skip Bayless. This is a wannabe ex-jock who wrote about sports. He's in no competition. But eventually, Shannon is sharp enough. He's got that old school Southern street smarts enough to know Skip Bayless thinks he's competing with me. Well, let me draw Skip Bayless into a competition he will never be on the same planet with me on. You want to debate LeBron and GOAT, blah, 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 have at it. But in these sexual Olympics that athletes play in every day of their life, Skip Bayless is so outside of his area of expertise. And so what happens in these locker room environments at these sports networks, they inject them with all these athletes and they inject them with that locker room culture because they brought all those athletes in. There's a sexual Olympics inside of male locker rooms.
But see, with all this being said, Jason Snitch or Jason Craplock, he wasn't finished really exposing Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. He went in more by saying this.
Probably female locker rooms too, but I've never been in a female locker room. But in a male locker room, there's a sexual competition going on. Everybody swapping stories about who they're banging. And if you can rope someone like Skip Bayless into that sexual competition inside the locker room environment that's created at FS1, it's created at ESPN, wherever athletes go, they bring that culture with them. And so Skip Bayless, at his own foolishness, thinks he's competing with Shannon Sharpe and Shannon Sharpe's ability to seduce, flirt with, conquer the women inside the Fox Sports wardrobe, makeup, hairstylist locker room. And if you read this lawsuit, Nusheen is saying Skip started accusing her of sleeping with Shannon Sharpe. That's a man that's trying to compete with Shannon Sharpe. And he's jealous of Shannon Sharpe and all of Shannon Sharpe's conquest. I'm going to say something here. I don't want you to misconstrue it, because the woman I'm about to reference here is someone I really like and respect. I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm just telling you what happened, and you can go check the tape. What you don't know is what happened behind the scenes. But some of you will remember this. Skip Bayless insinuated, flat out, somewhat stated that Jenny Taft was having some sort of inappropriate relationship with Shannon Sharpe. He said something about seeing her come out of Shannon's dressing room or something like that, and she got upset on air. But off air, as soon as that show was over, she ran upstairs and lit in to the executives. One executive in particular. About this, Skip Bayless basically just accused me of sleeping. And Jenny Taft is married, and so she was irate. And this happened on air. And that was my first clue. Like, oh, this dude is jealous of Shannon Sharpe, and he's seeing ghosts everywhere. And Shannon's putting those ghosts out there. Shannon walked around that place like he was banging every makeup and wardrobe girl in the place. His little wing, the undisputed downstairs wing, dressing room area, whatever, Shannon was known for running around there in the tightest little boxer shorts that he could find and nothing else. And yeah, me and Cowher were on the second floor. I'm telling you what I heard. I'm just telling you what I heard. I'll just leave it at that.
Now, I'm going to say this, right? A lot of stuff is being exposed. We know that Shannon Sharpe brought Cat Williams in on Club Shay Shay last year in January and said 2024, a lot of things was going to come to light. Well, now it's 2025, and we're still seeing things spill over from 2024. And a lot of things is being exposed, right? People are falling. Vice presidents, CEOs, what's been going on in these locker rooms behind the scenes. They've been bringing these women on that didn't have a lot of experience, that just look good, have them sitting across from world-class athletes with their legs crossed, doing interviews. Now, let's be honest and let's be real. If you bring a woman and put her in a room, and I'm not saying all women, but you put her in the room around a bunch of multi-millionaire world-class athletes, what do you think gonna happen? What you think happened on jobs or at the gym when a woman finds a man attractive? The gym instructor, the supervisor at her job, but now she's around guys worth $200-300 million. They world-class athletes. You give her a microphone and say, "Go interview these guys." What do you think gonna happen? Well, that culture and these corporate structures has always been that way. Pay for play. Move up the ladder. The way to get a leg up is to put your legs up, unfortunately. That's the stuff that went on. And a lot of women now knew that, and they said, hey, we've been getting disrespected and played for so long, I'm gonna take the power back. So yeah, I'll play that game, but now when things hit the fan, I can say, hey, you did this, or you did that. Or I can say, man, I can turn it and make things work in my favor. And that's what a lot of women are doing. But a lot of men are reaping what they sow, because a lot of these men in powerful positions for years did this to women. I'm going to call it for what it is. They did this to women. They have movies about the secretary and, man, listen, we already know this, the men in society and the stuff that they do in these corporate structures when you had powerful men with money. And some of the things that women was willing to do to make them to get up to success, right? It was that type of environment. So now what you see now is women fighting back. Who said it was fair? Life ain't fair. So if you a man, keep your nose clean, Stay out of that stuff. Don't be in flirtatious conversations. Don't be putting yourself in positions where you can be compromised. Because a lot of women today are looking to move up and they don't care. You will get destroyed and be left in their wake by them with them trying to move up the ladder. So don't put yourself in those positions, man. But I'm gonna cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, and leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till next time, peace.